Hello and have a warm welcome to FairGaze.com. Today we are with Mr. Ashok Pandey, who is a known principal of Ahlcon International School and chairman of National Progressive School Conference. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you, Priyanka.
Sir, I would like to ask you, how have been your journey till now?
Yeah, so my journey, perhaps you are indicating about my journey in the teaching profession and also in the education sector. My career as a teacher, principal, now holding certain positions in my professional organizations. So it has been a very, very exciting journey. I might take a very long time to describe it because it is full of excitements, great experiences, rewards. But in short, I'll tell you this journey began with a simple statement by my professor in the university, who said that the real challenge lies in dealing with young minds. And that something has stuck with me since then. And that has been my mantra, that I have to be with the children, learn with them, teach them something if I know, and grow with them. So that journey has brought me now down to the memory lane, 3 decades plus.
Okay. So, since FairGaze is a platform for students, so we would like to ask you, what was your philosophy of learning?
So, philosophy of learning as a student, of course, I was a very obedient student. My teachers liked me for my obedience. They liked me my politeness. I had humility. And I was reasonably good in studies also. But what I believe teachers liked in me was that I was very sincere. I was making efforts. If I did not know anything, I reached up to my teachers and they helped me. But that apart, I think what I learned from my teachers till my formal education in the university is something which is a very, very small part of my learning cycle. Post my formal studies, I became teacher, of course with a brief stint as a research scholar. But in the last 3 decades is something that I have done tremendously with my students, with my colleagues, with my parents of my schools, my fellow principals, my visits to hundreds of schools in India and abroad, and I think that has given me a huge learning.
Okay. And so, as a principal, as a learning enthusiast, we would like to ask you what changes you educate in today's education system?
Yeah, that's very important. I mean, in our times, the teacher was the know all and be all. I mean, we didn't have any other source of knowledge. Even the books were also suggested and provided by some of the enlightened teachers. But today, I think our students know much more than what we know. The sources are varied. The sources are very easily accessible. And therefore, the role of teachers has changed. The learning styles and the learning parameters have changed. Students today, of course, they don't want to be taught all the time. They would like to be involved in doing something together, doing projects, collaborative learning, the hands-on, as we call it, fields, excursions. We are learning together across the geographical boundaries. Things have totally changed. And therefore, I suggest to my colleagues and teachers that we have to, recalibrate our role, and we have to be facilitators. Facilitators may be a cliche word to use, but what we actually mean by facilitator is that if you can tell the children, how to learn, we can tell the children that how to, analyze information and how to convert information into knowledge and wisdom. I think that role will still have to play by the teachers.
Okay, sir, I'm sure you'll agree that there are lots of students who are creative, who want to do something, who want to be successful. So, any message for them, sir?
So the first message, of course, I tell, whatever message I give, I put a caveat to that, and that is that the children don't want to be given to sermons all the time. I mean, they would like to explore themselves. So they are very creative. They are very bold. Children today are very entrepreneurial in nature. They see opportunity in everything. The only thing that they can do is that they have to keep the focus. they have to be goal-oriented. They have to be imbued with values because, at the end of the day, our knowledge, our wisdom, our fame, money, influence, when everything starts failing us, it is the strong value system that will take us out of any adversity that might afflict us.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining us for the wonderful interview and all the enthusiasm you have today. You have the wonderful advice. So if you want to learn something, try to do what you find interesting. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.